Okay, let's see. 8. Let's check. Okay, I'll take it. 15 again. 9. Can't be 8. 7. Has to be at least 6. Oh, no, it could be. It could. Oh, yeah! Yes, good thing I didn't pick the cloth. Woo! So exciting! 8 plus 7 is 15. 6, 5, 4. I'll try a toothpick. Whew. Good thing I did add the toothpick. 9, 17, 24, 30. Yes, good. Good! 9, 17. This could be 24. Ooh. Yeah! Alright. I got dating methods. Not quite the dating methods I would like to have, because I'd like to get some help with these boys. Oh, man. Oh. Sounds like there's a party going on. What good music to listen to while reading about dating methods. Absolute dating. A dating method that can tell us the exact date, i.e. 120,000 years ago. Relative dating has an order of events established without exact dates, i.e. older layers on the bottom, newer on the top. Doesn't involve dating your cousin. Thank you very much. Well, this evening is more festive than usual. There was a party here every night, but this was one of the liveliest I've seen yet. Hey!
This is the last week for most of the students here. That's why they're all celebrating.
Ah. What's let's party in French?
Faire la fête. Or you could simply say, célébrons.
Isn't faire a verb for make?
Make, do, act.
Basically you're saying make the party? That sounds more engaging than let's party. In English we should say let's make party from now on. You dig?
It's interesting. I don't think it's going to catch on, Mel.
Aw, man. Watch me. It'll spread like a catchphrase in markets. My eyes wandered over to the dancing, which was pitiful in my eyes. There were a few casual participants, some with a beer in hand. I had a feeling if no one else joined, it would dissolve like sugar in tea. A shame. I hated seeing an empty dance floor. I spotted Chantel and Joan chatting away and decided to join them. Later, Deandre.
Cheers.
Something up? Here to say hi? Hi. Hey, Joan. And Chantel, you could say that. I was waiting for the right time to dance. You should grab a partner and encourage more people to join in. True. Even if club music was not my thing, at least it'd get my feet moving. Who should I ask? Oh my goodness. Who should I ask to dance with me? It's a very, very non-existent shot, but maybe Kyler. Deandre seems easygoing. Would Shoji say yes if I asked? I wonder. Hendrik should rock the dance floor. Dance with the ladies. Or Joan would probably love it. Well, I think we all know who we're gonna ask to dance. I know I just said goodbye, but hey, Deandre. Deandre was an approachable guy. I'm sure he would be willing to dance to a song or two. I spotted him with another student, chatting good-naturedly and sipping beer. When he saw me, he raised the bottle and gave me a nod of acknowledgement.
Welcome back, Mel.
Yeah, I was wondering. I pointed to him, then myself. You? Me? On the dance floor?
Thought you'd never ask.
Yay! With a cheerful grin, he placed the beer down on the table and accompanied me to the dancing area. Careful not to bump into anyone else, Deandre said something to the person with the MP3 player. The current song stopped, and after a few seconds of abrupt music clips, a more upbeat tune began. I grooved into a simple sidestep pattern, shuffling as I watched Deandre perform similar moves. They were simple, but there was a flow and grace to them, and I smiled. Not bad. You're quite the dancer.
Me? Barely. I can only do the basic moves like washing the windows.
He demonstrated the dance move, his hand waving back and forth against an invisible barrier.
And driving the car.
The only difference now was that his hand mimed gripping a steering wheel.
Usually that's enough to convince a girl to leave the dance floor with me.
Well, too bad. I like dancing longer than that. I swung one arm until it touched my hip, and I continued with a body roll up to my chest. Club dancing isn't usually my scene, though. I'm a Lindy hopper. Think swing. Our steps mellowed out and we swayed side to side as we continued our conversation.
Lindy hop? Like throwing your partner into the air or something?
Aerial moves are optional, yes.
Can you demonstrate some of the moves? The basics, no flipping.
Can't exactly without a partner, and the beat doesn't match. Still want to?
Why not?
I stepped forward and put my right hand in his, while my left rested on his upper arm. First, make sure we're square. Your other hand goes near my shoulder blade. From there, we did a simple step back, then to the right, before transferring our weight to the left, then back to the right. My instructions were simple, and Deandre followed by visual aid. Soon we had a little rhythm going, disregarding the faster beat of the music as we made our own pace. Picking up speed, Deandre got bolder and made us spin. I guided his arm as we continued energetically. Whenever you're ready, stop and bend your legs slightly. After another spin, I saw his cue and immediately put one foot onto his knee to hoist myself up. I planned to surprise him by jumping back. However, he caught me before I could touch the ground, hugging me close as we whirled around. Clinging to his shoulders, I squealed in half terror and half amusement. Ah! Deandre! Put me down! I didn't expect it! At first I was worried we would collide into someone, but he was wary enough to break away from the crowd. After he lightly dropped me to my feet, I noticed a lot of eyes were on us. The stares were followed by applause and laughter. Woo!
Had enough, or think you can keep up?
Please, we are just getting started. His hand darted around my back again, and we continued our strange mix of Lindy club dancing. Once the party reached its conclusion and the music stopped, people trickled back to the tent area, myself included. I thanked Deandre for being my dance partner and retired for the night. I had a good time. Felt like forever since I'd last danced with a partner. Woo! I'm so excited for you two. You're so cute. That was my favorite scene so far in this game. Oh no, here we go again. Let's see how painfully slow it takes me to do this. Okay, this one has to be like that. Okay, and I can... Where's my etching tool? Etch, etch, etch. Okay. Oh, and also here. That will be helpful. Okay. Now, where to begin? Exactly. Well, let's try something. Let's try this. Oh, no, it can't be here. Wait. Doop. Okay, it can't be in this row. There's already one. I should probably X this so I don't do that again. Okay. So, it could be here. And... Nope, it can't. It actually can't be here. Where's my etch? Nope, go away. It could be here. There we go. And now let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so far that's fine. Oh, but I can't do this. Okay, so maybe not there. Maybe here? Nope, can't be there either. Unless I do it. Nope. Okay. So that's not gonna work. Or, yeah, I'm gonna have to bring you guys back in again. Give me a bit. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6. There's 8, 2 and a 5, 2, 2 and 2, 1, 4, 1, and 6, 0, 4, 5, 1, 5, 2, 3, 6, 1, 7, 5 and 2, 5 and 1 and 4 and 0. Right? Hurrah! I got stone tool, aka silex. Or silex. Oh. Let's read about that. In the cave. A tool made from raw stone material, which provided numerous uses such as scraping, cutting, and butchering. Crafting a stone tool is called knapping, not the sleepy kind. Examples of material used: quartz, quartzite, chert, jasper, flint, and obsidian. Okie day. I guess now I understand the meaning behind the Lindy Hopper hoodie. Kyler's already halfway done with his square? I discreetly glanced at his knelt frame. He held an updated photograph to compare the new positions of the sediments. A sentimental swing song started, and I quickly hit next on my phone. I thought I deleted it from my list. While skipping through my collection, I heard voices above me and looked up, wondering what the hullabaloo was about. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, Chantel! Your hoodie is adorable! Oh man, but the music stopped and oh no. Oh no, oh no. On the narrow industrial catwalk, Deandre and Chantel were engaged in a lively conversation. Judging from her laughter, he was telling a humorous story, animated with exaggerated motions. Shoji waited anxiously a few paces behind them, his hands occupied with 2 buckets. He looked uncertain on whether to ask them to move or to retreat instead. Finally, Shoji uttered something low and apologetic, catching their attention, and the pair separated. Deandre shuffled backward to the edge of the catwalk, and I gasped in horror. Look out! Oh no! His foot stumbled over a cement block which contained a wooden beam with a heat lamp clamped to it. Shoji dropped the buckets and lunged forward with Chantel to grab Deandre. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Kyler's face because he's just like, no reaction, but of course he probably didn't hear any of that. However, oh no, they couldn't stop the items he collided into and they tipped over the catwalk. I instinctively dove for Kyler, who was unaware of the events. Whew. There was a loud crash behind us as I tackled him out of harm's way, and I cradled his head protectively when we hit the hard ground. Shouldn't we have hard hats in here? Dirt from the buckets spilled through the catwalk and rained down on us harmlessly. I glanced back to view the damage. Sherry? Are you all okay? Yep. If anyone's screaming, it's Sherry. Sherry briskly walked along the lower catwalk toward our pit and fearfully peered over. I scooted back when I realized I still had Kyler pinned to the floor. It appeared safe enough, and Kyler sat up immediately examining the mess. I heard perturbed voices from above, including Deandre's. I turned to Sherry first, doing my best to ignore my visible shaking. My earbuds had come loose, and I stuffed them into my pocket to mask my trembling. Yeah, we're fine. Careful, the heat lamp shattered. Don't cut yourself. I stood up cautiously, taking note of the disturbed dirt and the wooden beam that leaned right against my square. It would have hit me if I hadn't moved, along with the heat lamp and cement block that were right by my feet. Oh man, that was close. For safety reasons, I approached the ladder, but paused when Kyler unleashed an enraged rant at Deandre. Whenever Deandre desperately tried to counter, Kyler would cut him off and gesture wildly to the mess. Should I calm him down? Or clean up the mess? Well, he's yelling at my boo, who didn't do anything wrong. Hey, stop shouting at... When I touched his shoulder, he flinched and glared at me in disbelief. What? Calm down. Yelling at him isn't helping. Melissa, his clumsiness nearly got us killed. How can you be so composed? Both of you, please climb out of there. We'll get this all sorted once you're safely out. There's glass everywhere. We fell silent and obediently followed her orders. Are either of you injured? Kyler rubbed the back of his neck. I'm fine. Was dazed briefly when Melissa saved me, but I didn't hit my head or anything. I put a hand on my chest and exhaled loudly in relief. Oh good. I didn't mean to tackle you like that. It all happened so fast. From the corner of my eye, I saw curious students staring down at us. Forcing a grin, I gave an awkward wave. Hello, take a picture. We're A-okay. No harm done. Hopefully my cheerful tone pacified their anxiety. Deandre looked as if he was going to throw up from sheer guilt. He was that pale. He shuffled a few paces down and grabbed the railing as he leaned over to get a better view.
You sure? I'm very sorry about that. I'll clean up the mess and everything. I wasn't thinking and...
What on earth? Oh my goodness, Joan, your hoodie is so cute too. Everyone's got such nice clothes. Hendrik approached Deandre, who began pointing and explaining in fretful French. Joan was a few steps behind Hendrik, and I assumed she was the one who alerted Hendrik to the incident. Oh my goodness. Shoji and Chantel joined in, with Shoji stammering profusely while Deandre watched him in surprise. I guess Shoji felt partially responsible for the whole thing, too. Now what? Kyler and I can't exactly continue our excavation. I don't mind cleaning up. Goodness, no! You two experienced a close call just moments ago. If anything, it's the main team's fault for overlooking such a precarious setup. Take a break, or you can switch to the lab. We'll take care of this straight away. I know Augustine isn't going to be thrilled about this. I'll try to clean up as much as I can before he sees the full mess. Before I could protest, she shooed the both of us away, encouraging us to get some fresh air. Once we were outside, it wasn't until I gazed at the forest that I noticed my heart beat rapidly. Guess that scared me more than I thought. I leaned against the wall heavily to support myself. It terrified me to know if I was a moment slower, Kyler, or most likely myself, judging from where the equipment smashed, could have been seriously hurt or worse. Are you truly all right? The words were hesitant but sympathetic, and I tilted my head in his direction. Yeah. Obviously a little shaken, but I'll be fine. I'm glad you're physically unharmed at any rate. I thank you for shielding me. How were you able to react that fast? I was fortunate enough to hear the chatter, and then I saw it happen. It was like in slow motion. I could see it coming, and yet I wasn't able to prevent it. I knew you wouldn't be able to hear what went on, and I couldn't exactly warn you. It must have been confusing, me tackling you to the ground for supposedly no reason. Blame it on my dancing reflexes. I had no clue what was happening until I looked past you. Again, thank you. If you hadn't... He trailed off, unable to finish, and I nodded understandingly. It's nothing. The less it's brought up, the better. I don't want to dwell on it, or I'll make myself sick with worry over the could-have-beens. I'll do lab work in the meantime. You? I'm going to remain here. Right. Later, then. I departed, grateful for the fresh air. Halfway down the path to the museum, Deandre called for me. He skidded, then stopped a few paces before me, leaning over with his hands on his knees to catch his breath. He must have been sprinting like mad to catch up.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I really wanted to apologize about the whole thing. You're not hurt?
I'm fine. Kyler and I made it through unharmed. Did you talk to him? He kicked at a pebble embedded in the dirt.
I tried, but he didn't want to hear it. Then I got worried you felt the same way.
How could you be so careless? It's okay, man. It was an accident. Don't worry about it. No one was hurt in the end. He bashfully scratched the back of his head, as if unable to tell whether I said that to be nice or from genuine relief.
You... sure? I mean, if that cement block hit you...
Do I look dead to you?
No.
Then it's okay. No one got injured, and that's what matters. You don't need to beat yourself up over it. I'm sure you feel bad enough as it is. I'm not angry at you either. It was an accident. The heat lamp shouldn't have been positioned there anyway. It was already a danger. I'm glad you weren't hurt. You nearly toppled off there.
I was lucky. I had no idea Shoji could react that fast. Chantel, too. I highly doubt they could have stopped my fall alone. You were impressive yourself, shielding Kyler from the equipment.
Only because yeah, people have always told me I have fast reflexes. I avoided mentioning that I was able to take action because I'd glanced up by chance. There was enough guilt on his shoulders, and he didn't need to know that if I was tuned out, it might have ended differently.
I'm glad you're okay. Now I need to return and help with the cleanup before Professor DuPont gets here.
We exchanged cringed expressions, but Deandre gave me a clap to the shoulder to show he was going to face it head-on. Right. I'll see you later, Deandre. Well, that was exciting. And then I got you back by throwing a ball in your face. So it's all good. We want to go back to the cave. Oh, not again. Oh, come on. Why you do this to me, though? Okay, let's see what we have here. Yeah, I'll bring you back when I figure this out. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. 3, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and 0. 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 3 and 1, 8, 9, 8, 7, and 5. Yes? Yes. Got a cave bear. Feels weird to be working here after that accident. Cave bear. Cave bear remains turn up in Paleolithic cave sites more than any other extinct megafauna. It is known that Neanderthals have used their bones as retouchers or retouche? Resharpeners for their stone tools? Retouchers, probably. I climbed up both ladders, intending to go outside for a break. Oh, I followed the industrial catwalk and noticed Shoji to my right. His square was next to the path, and he had to be mindful of where he placed his buckets. Noticing he was excavating in a rather circular layer, I stopped to re-examine the situation. He dug into an abandoned burrow, and with no indication that he acknowledged its presence. If Augustine spotted that... Shoji... Hello, Melissa. Need something? Yeah. How to word this? You failed a spot check, Shoji. What? He worryingly looked at his square, and I leaned over to gesture to the burrow. You're digging into a terrier. It's this. I gently traced it with a finger. How did I miss it? I'm usually good at distinguishing colors. He removed his glasses, then used the hem of his shirt to clean them. Oh, he looks so different without his glasses. When you come across a burrow, what do? You treat it like a separate layer to avoid mixing. The sediments were already muddled thanks to the badgers, so you can place the contents into another bucket, along with a document to identify it. While he adjusted his glasses, I glanced behind us, looking at the wooden post with a heat lamp clamped to its side. When was the last time you moved it? Not recently. I thought that it wasn't a convenient spot. It's a nice angle, but the light will eventually bleach the exposed layers, and it'll all look the same to you. Here. I tried to remove the clamp, but all I could do was jiggle it around awkwardly. Wow, this is a pain. Noticing my frustration, Shoji stood up and extended an arm. This is one of the more difficult lamps. I got it. Using both hands, he pressed the clamp handles and removed the lamp from its post. Cautiously, he passed it over to me, and I gripped the safe portions away from the heat. Return to your usual digging spot. Let's see. While Shoji knelt down, I hovered around his shoulder, angling the lamp to highlight the vertical square. Does it stand out now? A little more to the left. Stop there. He retreated to the wooden post in the cinder block and pushed it closer to me so I could clamp the lamp in place. Or at least attempt to. Furrowing my eyebrows in concentration, I managed to wedge the clamp open enough to fix it onto the post. After some minor alterations, I glanced back to see Shoji satisfied with the new placement. Thanks for that. I'll keep the advice in mind. It's not a problem. Don't forget to adjust the lamps once in a while. Anyway, I'm heading out for a break. I can return with a bucket and a carré for the burrow if you'd like. If it's no trouble. Sounds good. See you in a bit. As I turned, I froze on the catwalk, realizing I was dangerously close to a cinder block positioned at the edge. There was a wooden post inserted into it, with a heat lamp clasped on, angled toward the square beside Shoji's. Careful, it can be a tight fit here. No kidding. Later, Shoji. Wait, Melissa? After exchanging looks, Shoji gazed back down at the ground, his fingers reaching for the trowel. If it's not too much trouble, when we're working at the same place, could you see how I'm doing? Sherry's always busy, and I don't want to bother her, and Professor Dupont honestly scares me. If you make a mistake, he drills it into you for a good 20 minutes, and everyone can hear it. I can see why people prefer to ask Sherry or Hendrik. If you don't mind getting advice from a fellow student who's sometimes unsure of herself. I can't promise I'll know all the answers, but I'll do my best. I can stop by to see how you're doing. Thank you. I know it's imposing, so I appreciate it. I'm happy to help. You sweetie pie. You're an absolute sweetie pie. Why does my culture keep going down? I'm gonna be in trouble at this rate. Pasta again? What's with all the high-calorie stuff anyway? I grinned as I watched Chantel shove another forkful of Alfredo tortellini into her mouth. It took you that long to notice? Besides, it's the easiest, most inexpensive stuff to make. All you do is throw stuff into a pot, let it boil, and use pre-made sauces. Voila! Plus, it gives you energy after all that digging and lab work. True, but variety would be nice. It's mostly chili, some type of soup, macaroni, again with the pasta. She trailed off and we continued eating. A moment later, Chantel let out an unexpected sigh. Huh. Something up? Is it about the food again? No, I feel bad about what happened with Deandre. He was already struggling to pass the elective, and the near fall made it worse. Plus, it was kind of my fault, too. I wonder if they'll fail him. Augustine can do that? Of course. Our teachers aren't here. For us to pass, we need to at least perform satisfactorily. Basically, don't break stuff, don't fumble on our document reports, and finish our square. Now that I think about it, I hardly see him in the cave at all. Our chat continued until we finished our meals. While I gathered the dishes, my mind drifted to Deandre. I really hope they won't fail him for an accident. How was he, anyway? At lunch, he laughed and even retold the story to the students who weren't there. Should I go find Deandre or talk to Hendrik about it? Deandre. I missed him at dinner, and I didn't see him hanging at the campfire site as usual. I walked around the museum before entering it, and there was still no sign of him. This was definitely out of the ordinary. He didn't go home already, right? I returned to the eating area and spotted Chantel and Joan chatting. Hey, have you two seen Deandre anywhere? I saw him walk by earlier with the Atlatl. Atlatl? Sphere thingy. There's a branching path off the main one that takes you to an open space. He should be there. Thanks. Oh, I've never seen this path in this light before. I jogged along the path to the cave, stopping halfway once I found the little trail that led through the forest. I heard a loud grunt, followed by a rustle. Deandre walked up to the spear embedded in the haystack. With one hand, he yanked it out and returned to a farther distance. Hey, Deandre, what are you doing here? He barely glanced in my direction before he took a wide lunge and launched the spear using a smaller rod. It missed the hay by a few feet, and he groaned disappointedly before turning to me.
Ugh. Clearing my thoughts.
Is it about the accident?
That and a bunch of other things. I'm convinced I'm going to fail this elective, which means signing up for another course in the fall.
At least it's only one course.
Yes, but I was hoping to finish this summer so I could focus on my rugby career. Even if it's one course, it'll mess up my schedule, and I promised my team I could focus 110% this fall. Me and my big mouth. I didn't think I'd struggle with rocks and dirt, but here I am. Better start packing if I already know the result.
Why don't you try again? I'm sure you'll pass now that you know how to dig and do the lab work.
And mess up a second time? I'm not exactly a science guy. Most of my courses have been English related.
We all have our weak points. It's not easy to absorb a subject you never studied before in the span of 4 weeks. It's not much, but I could help you too if you retook the elective.
Would you?
If you don't mind a fellow student teaching you. I'm not... Strong arms enveloped me, and I was pressed against his chest.
Merci beaucoup, I'm sure I'll pass this time.
I weakly patted his back as I struggled to speak. Great. Deandre... can't breathe. I felt his body jolt, and he quickly withdrew as I took in a deep breath.
Sorry about that, was caught up in the moment. With Colin being understaffed, this means a lot to me. Did you come to see how I was doing?
Of course. I was worried about you, Deandre.
Aw, thanks for caring, Mel. I'm fine. I only needed some fresh air and to take my mind off things. I'll get it all figured out.
Right. Good luck with it. You sweetie pie. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. I needed that up in culture. Oh, my butt! No! Huh. Right. Time to do scheduling again, I guess.